match, they won fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing from Tampa, Florida, weighing 245 pounds, Al Perez. Weighing 319 pounds from Russia, Nikolai Volkoff. Referee, Ed Warren.
How would you like to be in Al Perez's shoe right now? Al Perez, a sparkling young athlete. Tremendous future in this business Al Perez has, and a tremendous, really right now that he has. He fights back against Volkoff. Volkoff and Perez landing some forearms. Perez can wrestle. He proved that as he was a Florida State high school champion. He has tremendous amateur background, and nobody's going to be pushed around. He fights back against Volkoff. If Perez could knock off Volkoff here, what a feather in his cap it would be, because, of course, next Saturday night, it's Volkoff against King Kong Brody. Brody is back at Kiel Auditorium. Next Saturday, Volkoff would love to nail Brody with a knee like that, as he just did Perez. But remember, this time there's something different. 2 referees. 1 referee in the ring, 1 referee outside the ring. 2 referees for Brody and Volkoff. The last time they met, September 17th, Professor Tanaka, who's a close ally of Volkoff's, got himself involved. And, of course, Spike Huber, who has a tremendous friendship with King Kong Brody, felt he had to get himself involved. The whole thing really ended up in chaos at his qualification. Brody and Volkoff don't need any help. That's what that second referee is going to be there to make sure of. Brody and Volkoff next Saturday. Huber has his own hands full against the fabulous freebird Terry Gordy, and that's going to be a tremendous match. Everybody in the wrestling world will have their eyes on St. Louis next Saturday night, because Volkoff against Brody with 2 referees. Spike Huber against the freebird Terry Gordy. Can Huber keep things rolling? Can Gordy keep his momentum going? Plus, Murdoch and his teacher, Killer Carl Cox, who might even bring Alex along so Mickey can talk to him, against Cowboy Scott Casey and Jerry Oates. And Oates and Murdoch have no love lost for one another either. Ed Warren bawling out Nikolai Volkoff for the battery that Volkoff was dishing out to Perez in the corner. Volkoff with a kick to the head of Al Perez. Perez has his hands full, but I believe he's more than capable of making Nikolai Volkoff battered, bruised, and maybe beaten. Perez knocked down to 1 knee. Volkoff grabs Perez and pitches him out of the ring right down to the cement floor of the arena sports studio. Jam-packed once again. Volkoff raising his hands in triumph as Perez tries to regain his bearings. There he is. Look at that chest. Look at the neck on that man. Former member of the Russian Olympic weightlifting team. He stomps Perez and knocks him right off the apron. The man who maybe has proven that King Kong Brody is not indestructible. He can certainly prove it. He can etch it in concrete next Saturday night. Brody and Volkoff, Kiel Auditorium, in the site of many great matches over the years. Many tremendous, hot, blazing feuds have been settled right in that ring. And Brody and Volkoff are going to try to settle it next Saturday. Volkoff yells, USA, huh? Perez, oh, he drives that shoulder right into the solar plexus of Volkoff. Alex Perez, Al Perez, pounding on Volkoff, driving Volkoff to the corner. Volkoff slammed to the corner, but then he has the presence of mind to bring that big boot up into the chest of Perez. Volkoff, another kick to the head. Volkoff comes off the ropes and stomps on the back of Al Perez. Nikolai Volkoff standing on the throat and on the chest of Al Perez. 320 pounds. He's bigger than Brody. Think of that. Brody's going to give away almost 40 pounds to this man when they step into the ring. Brody's a bit taller, but I think Volkoff's a bit wider, if that seems possible. It's hard to believe, knowing King Kong Brody, that anybody could be wider than he is. Volkoff with a headbutt into the neck of Al Perez.
I think the hair on Brody makes him look bigger, because this guy here has got a crew cut here. Volkoff.
They do have different barbers.
Yeah, I believe so.
My buddy Tama in Fairview Heights. Somebody else must go to one of your barbers. I don't think Brody's been at a barber for some time. But that's his style. That's Brody. One of a kind. Non-conformist, sure. Want to call him a rebel? Go ahead and call him a rebel. He's proud of it. With good reason. And from everything I know about King Kong Brody is that man stands tall under any kind of pressure, in any kind of situation. He doesn't back down. And he's under all the pressure in the world next Saturday night against Volkoff. He'll be back from Japan tomorrow. He's going to sit at home down in South Texas all week and think about Volkoff.
Five minutes have expired, 5 minutes left.
Volkoff pounding on the back of muscular Al Perez. Volkoff with a forearm smash. That's like a sledgehammer coming home. Perez reaching inside that cross arm grip. I think Volkoff realized Perez had an idea there. Perez fighting back. A fiery Floridan clamps on a side headlock. Volkoff whips him to the ropes. Flying tackle. Volkoff stands his ground. Perez drop kick. Volkoff knocked to the ropes. Perez comes flying again. Crossbody. Volkoff caught him. Volkoff caught him. Backbreaker. Cradle. Nikolai Volkoff caught Perez in midair and covered him with a cradle after the backbreaker. Well, there's that power. Perez with a flying cross body block, and Volkoff somehow caught him in the